Khan. They say that when subcontinent was divided, we were a separate and independent sovereign state. We have a history of thousands of years. We have a separate identity. We have a separate culture. And as per our agreement with the Britishers, that they accepted that Kalat state is an independent sovereign state and will remain as an independent sovereign state. And this was acknowledged by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who was the then ruler and creator of Pakistan. So as per the communique which was issued from the British House, that as per that communique, Pakistan has accepted that Balochistan will remain as a sovereign and independent state. And unfortunately, in February 1948, the Pakistani army, they occupied Balochistan by force. And as per different statements, as per different media reports, and as per different documents, which I myself have seen it, and these are present in the media, and anybody can see that Muhammad Ali Jinnah, then the ruler of Pakistan, he himself tried his best to pursue Khan of Kalat, who was the then ruler of Balochistan, to sign an agreement to annex his state with Pakistan. And unfortunately, at that time, Khan he stated this thing to Khan Kalat, that he himself cannot do this because we have two parliaments and they were named as upper house and lower house. So I have to consult both of those houses and then I will respond to you. When Khan of Kalat first consulted upper house, so as the upper house representatives, they said this thing, that it is impossible that we annex our land with Pakistan. And later on in February, City Darbar, Khan Kalat consulted the lower house, who was the representative of the people, and Goswash Bisanjo was the then speaker of that parliament. He in his speech stated this thing clearly, that only by the virtue of being a Muslim, we cannot eliminate our history of thousands of years, and only by the virtue of being a Muslim, we cannot eliminate our history, we cannot annex our land with Pakistan. Unfortunately, then the Pakistani army, which was even having at that time the Britishers, who were the high-ranking officers, they by force started penetrating inside Balochistan from different sides, from the Gawadar side, from the Haran side, from the Sipi side, and at the end they attacked Kalat, which was the then capital city of Balochistan, and they imprisoned Khan of Kalat and brought him to Karachi at that time. And after a few months, the Pakistani state announced that Khan of Kalat has signed an agreement of annexation with Pakistan while he was imprisoned, while he was with them. So from that first day, while the Pakistani army attacked Balochistan, Agha Abdul Karim Khan, who was the brother of then King Khan, Ahmad Yar Khan, who started the first resistance, and he took his men, started a revolt and a resistance against the occupation of Balochistan. He went to Afghanistan and tried to organize his force and tried to resist against that occupation. Unfortunately, the Pakistani army called him for an agreement, and they betrayed him. While he was on the way, they attacked him and they imprisoned him. Later on, after that, the Pakistani army did this thing several times with the Baloch, that they betrayed them at different times. Nawab Noroz Khan in 1958, when he started his resistance, then he was, the same tactics was played with him, that while he was on the mountain with his men, the Pakistani army. They called for meeting, for discussion, and at the end they said that we agree with you on your all points, and we so for making an agreement, Nawab Noroz Khan stated to them that I do not believe you, I cannot trust you, how I can trust you that you will honor this agreement. They said that we will pen down this agreement under Quran, which is the holy book of Muslims. So, penning down that agreement in front of Quran means we will honor the religious book of Muslims, that is Quran. We will accept that agreement and we will honor that agreement. And unfortunately, after penning that agreement, when Nawab Noroz Khan came down from mountains with his comrades, with his colleagues, so he was arrested, and then his fellow fellows were hanged, and he himself was so old that at the age of 85 years, so it was impossible to hang him, so he died in the prison over there. So later on, at different times, the Baloch have asked for their sovereignty on their land. They have resisted. Till date, they have never accepted that our land shall be an occupied land, and we accept Pakistan as our state. They say that we are at risk, that we have a risk that our identity will be eliminated. We have a risk that our culture, our norms, our traditions, even our religious beliefs are much more different from that of the Pakistani state. So how we will accept Pakistan as a country? So today, at this stage, we are staying over here. The Baloch people, they have sacrificed thousands of lives. Since 1948 till today, thousands of Balochs have been killed. Hundreds of Balochs have been taken by helicopters and have been thrown from air. Today, as per different claims of the Baloch representatives, of the Baloch NGOs, of Baloch civil society representatives, reports of the media organizations, reports of the other international organizations, that more than 30,000 Baloch people, close to 40,000, that they are missing persons. Missing persons means a person who has been involuntarily disappeared or disappeared by force, and his whereabouts are unknown to anybody. On the other side, we have seen Pakistani state has used heavy military operations on different parts of Balochistan. They have used helicopters, they have used B-52 bombardment aeroplanes to bombard the tiny villages inside Balochistan. We have seen that our females have been attacked by acid. We have seen that the live human beings inside Balochistan have been dumped inside the boiling tarpon drums. And we have seen that the dead bodies have been hanging on the trees, having marks on them that Pakistan says about different, statements have been engraved on their bodies. So this is what we have been seeing over there. So this has been seen. So nowadays no one is safe over there. Neither our females nor our kids, even infants, they are lingering in the Pakistani military camps as missing persons. They have been held as incommunicado. Females are being used as sex slaves by the Pakistani army in the military torture cells. And every day, every minute, we see that the number of atrocities, the number of missing persons, the number of casualties, the number of victims of extrajudicial killings is increasing day by day. And Pakistani state, for its strategic policy, is doing only the same strategy, that all time betraying Baloch under different claims. Just few weeks earlier, you can say 2 months earlier, we saw different statements from the Pakistani politicians that they will find out, they will try to find out the missing persons. They made a commission and they claimed a lot of things, but unfortunately, on the other side, the statistics shows a different picture. That only in the past 30 days, as per the different political parties, that they have released 300 missing persons, but unfortunately 400 and other people have became a victim of enforced disappearances. So this is the status by which the state is dealing with the people over there. Just few years earlier, when a UN working group visited Pakistan in September 2012, at that time the Pakistani government claimed that we are going to make a commission, so that will be some sort of judicial commission under the Chief Justice Javed Iqbal. So they will find out the missing person and they will resolve the issue of enforced disappearances inside Pakistan. So with this statement, with this claim, the UN working group came back, and we were hoping, the people were there, the relatives, the family members back at home, they were hoping that this commission will do something. Unfortunately, when the follow-up report of UN working group came, that they have not found a single body that has been released after creation of that commission. Even today, more than 6 years have been passed. The UN working group gives a follow-up report after every 4 years. So even after passing 6 years, till date we do not see any ray of hope for missing persons, and we do not see any hope for the betterment of the people over there. We do not see that how the military operations will be stopped over there. Unfortunately, the reports we get that they are increasing day by day. They have increased the military operations. They have increased multifold inside Balochistan at different parts of Balochistan, and particularly on those areas, on those roads which are linking to the CPEC route. So on the one side, the Pakistani government, so they claim that this CPEC is a blessing project for the Baloch people. This CPEC or hello, no. So as per the claims of the Pakistani government, that this project will be a blessing for the Baloch people, but unfortunately the picture over there, at the ground, the people say that we have not received a single penny from this project. We do not hope that we will get. We do not hope that our even future generation will get anything from this project. What we have received that our tiny villages, they have been cordoned off by the military army. They have initially, started shelling our valleys, and then, they involuntarily disappeared the persons who were present over there. They looted our households, and they taken us, not only males, even the females, the kids, they have taken as victims of enforced disappearances. Why? Because they need the land. They have stated this thing clearly to us, evacuate this area. And we have seen pictures that they are ashing the houses, and area is cordoned off by the military, and the houses are under fire. So this is what the people inside Balochistan are getting from this CPEC. On the other side, as per different reports that we have received, that China herself is forcing Pakistan try to eliminate them as fast as possible. I do not want to hear these voices. So in order to suppress our voice more, Pakistan started eliminating us over there. and unfortunately, they made another plan even to suppress our voice internationally. And because of that, we have seen it. I myself have seen that while I try to only organize a conference in Bangkok, Thailand, on this project. So before the conference, the authorities said that we have received pressure from the other government to stop this conference. So at the end, they handcuffed me and deported me back to France because they do not want to hear anything about CPEC. Then again, while I was just on my way back from Japan, where I met with some officials, so I was loaded off from a flight at Kuala Lumpur, and I was held, you can say, over there for 2 nights and then deported back. This is what we have seen with just few weeks earlier. I received a news that another Baloch who was studying in Italy went to Turkey with his friends, with his class fellows for a visit. So from the airport at Istanbul, he is missing and he has been extradited to Pakistan illegally. And just at the end of 2018, on 22nd December 2018, we heard a news that another Baloch who was living in Dubai, he was having all his documents, he was living over there legally, he was traveling with his family members, he was taken off from the vehicle and he was missing person, and his case we got registered in UN working group as a victim of enforced disappearances. Then UN authorities recognized this thing, yes, he is with us. So there are some allegations, we are looking on that, and we will present him to a court of justice. So we were following his case. Unfortunately, we do not saw that he has been presented to any court of justice. We did not receive any information. What are the allegations against him? What sort of crime he is involved? And then we received just information on 26th of June that the authorities have said that we are not going to present him to any court. There are no allegations against him. We just want to extradite him from our country. So any organization or any country except him, we will allow him to go over there. When we received this news, we received also documents from his lawyer representatives from the government that there are no allegations against him. Unfortunately, on the next day we saw in the Pakistani media that Rashid Hussain was extradited from Dubai to Pakistan on 22nd of June. So it means on 22nd of June he was extradited, and then whatever the state was and the authorities were claiming about Rashid, that he is with us and we will extradite him to any country, those were just lies. So since then we do not have any whereabouts about him, that what's happening to him, because in Pakistan no one has a right to access information. Even it depends on the state that whether they present anybody to any court of justice or they just eliminate him like others. They are being held over there as victims of enforced disappearances. So on the one side we are seeing this sort of news. On the other side we are seeing that the world, particularly the international community, and we saw in a statement from the US that Baloch Liberation Army, which is struggling over there to regain the sovereignty from Pakistan, is a terrorist organization, and that terrorist organization has been labeled under those laws that those are some sort of they are posing some sort of risk against the US citizens. I do not know why the US authorities are so ignorant or unaware about a cause that is being done over there from last 70 years, and they do not still they do not know that why they are struggling, what are their aims, what are their objectives, and what the people of Pakistan want over there. So what are even their strategies to reshape South Asia? There are a lot of problems in South Asia, and particularly this CPEC project. It will not only affect Pakistan, it will affect the whole of South Asia, and certainly it will one day affect the global community as well. So with respect to that project, the people inside South Asia, not only the Baloch people, all have different sort of risks and concerns. In order to accommodate those risks and concerns, the local authorities, Pakistani government, we do not hope anything that government will do anything, nor the Chinese government. I do not know what we shall expect from the Western countries, particularly from the Europe, from the USA, that how they see the South Asia and how they want to reshape South Asia in order to accommodate the concerns of those people. So I have, very good panelists. So first of all, I give the floor to respected Claudia Westridge, as she was speaking, earlier in the UN about the human rights issues. Now she will just give a small focus with respect to those concerns, political issues and strategic issues, that how the international community is analyzing those issues and what are the solutions to solve those problems. Madam Claude.